Hey guys, and welcome to the first build. Oh god, why do I bother? First speed build in 2 weeks. Oh god. Yep, it's gonna be that bad today, so buckle up, get ready. But yes, guys, I have been away for like a hot minute. But I'm back finally with a speed build. I know I don't know what happened. Be quite honest, I started this ages ago and I just never got around to doing the last few bedrooms in this house. So I made sure I sat down this weekend, got this finished, and here we are, finally uploading it and all that stuff. I still don't even have a name for it as we speak, but it's gonna be up. I got a little bit distracted by making CC, so look out for that as well. I kind of started and taught myself how to do my first like Franken mesh, combining the 2 seasons beds we got, and that involved more than I normally do. So I had to teach myself that, and that kind of distracted me for several nights in a row. But yes, no more CC, I don't think, for a couple of weeks maybe. I have my next project already ready to go for CC. Like, I know what I want to do, but I think I just want to concentrate on builds for a little bit. I know sometimes when I want to do CC and I want to do builds, I just end up doing nothing because, you know, when you got too much to do and then you overthink it and all that stuff. So yeah, we're just gonna stick with builds after that CC. So yeah, we're here in Sulani again. I thought I would have had enough of Sulani, but apparently not. So this one, kind of almost similar to the Peacemaker one I did on the 50x50. This one's only a 40x30. It's the land lot in the more expensive part of Sulani. The extra bit there, you know, it's right by the beach. I have built this not the way the lot was intended to be used. The lot was intended to be used like in a landscape orientation, but I used it in a portrait way. So the gallery like preview and everything is of the side of the lot, not the front, but it just needs to be like that. Also, there is a kind of like pathway here at the front. It kind of meshes together, I think, hopefully, fingers crossed. But you know, once you're in this, it really doesn't matter what way the lot is pointing. But yeah, there's a clear path like out to the beach as well on the left hand side. That's meant to be the front of the lot, but that will lead you, I think, to the beach. Yep, it does. So yeah, this one, I think where did I get this house from? I'm trying to think. Definitely, I think this is not a floor plan. I'm sure this was a build I saw on like an architect's website. I'm not too sure, but that's definitely where I got the shape from. But I'm gonna insert a picture here for the whole vibe I was going for. I found this image and it's actually a cafe, and I've forgotten what country it's in. Oh, please. Yeah, brain's gone. But it's a cafe, and the whole vibe of having the table there with the chairs that look like the city living chairs, and the whole rustic wood thing, and then kind of overgrown plants. That was the vibe I was going for. Unfortunately, I couldn't fit in as many plants as I really kind of would have wanted. It's kind of difficult in The Sims to have lots of plants and then still have your living space, because, you know, in The Sims you can't squish plants together like you can in real life. Squish, what a great word. You can't squish things together. You just have to, you know, if they come against the wall, then they will break through the wall, you know, they won't just, the wall won't stop the plants basically. So that's always a problem with landscaping and all that stuff. Definitely had the problem with that. Also, I don't hate landscaping now, but landscaping against foundations now is super duper hard, because I don't have that quick trick to get rid of my foundations and bring them back quickly. I think it might mess up like columns and stuff if I drag down the build, so I kind of tend to leave my foundations where they are now and try and landscape as close as I possibly can. But yeah, was one quick point. You may have seen me just a hot minute ago put in those columns there in front of the build. The wooden columns, I combined 2 columns. I did the wooden ones and also the skinnier ones that came with Get Together in the black. And that I just moved the wooden ones up just to reveal that bottom bit. That was a detail that was in the original house that I saw, and I really like that detail. That was one of the details I was like, yep, we are taking that. Sometimes my houses look nothing like the inspiration, which is, I suppose, a good thing because I never stick too closely to it. It's kind of just a starting point. I'm someone that always needs a kind of starting, jumping off point before I can get on with the build. But yeah, I really liked that column detail, so I made sure to keep it in this. And here we have the start of the landscaping. I do this one around the outside, and then I also do a tiny bit of landscaping to the right hand side. In these screenshots you'll see that I started this house before the patch came out with all of the unlocked world items. Can I just say, best patch ever? But for some reason, since that patch, I actually really haven't built. I know. I don't know why. Maybe it's the overwhelming choice now that I have that has stopped me from building. So yeah, this one was started before patch happened, before all those unlocked items. And I went back and finished this with the patch in. So I just added in some cars. That is meant to be like a covered carport there on the right hand side, as you can see now. And I do put like 3 cars in there, and they look really cool because they're not sized up toy cars anymore. That's like, yes. I do wish we had the new world items like categorized. Maybe if they could like have some kind of tags, but I know there was over 1,000 items unlocked for me because I have all the packs. So it would have been one crazy job to categorize all of those, considering there are world items, and I know it must take a long while for them to actually go through and name everything when it's just a regular pack and get that all approved and stuff like that, and then they would have to translate it into however many different languages. So I think I won't hold it against them that everything isn't categorized. That was unlocked. It does make it a lot more difficult to find stuff, but yeah, well, I'm sure we'll get used to it. There are lots of people that have been doing like rooms and sticking items in there to categorize it. I think, what was it, Grumpy Lynn Sims has definitely done that, and I have downloaded a few of those rooms so that I can be lazy, and she placed like several items in, so I can just go in there and download stuff that I need. Of course, I'm still gonna go through them and maybe make my own rooms of items that I like to use. I do wish that they made it that you can actually eyedrop debug items though. That would make it so much easier to find stuff if you could just do that, because if you could do rooms and then you could just like eyedrop, hey, I want one more of that, and no, but we can't. So I suppose that's the thing would love to be added. Definitely would love that to be added. This here, sorry, on the screen right now is the kind of jumping off point that was linked to the inspiration image that I showed you before. I definitely just needed this table in there to kind of mimic the inspiration, and that was the whole vibe I was going for. I am definitely a fan of this kind of rustic modern. It's definitely a modern spin on rustic. I wouldn't call this actually industrial. I would definitely say it's a mix between modern and rustic, and I love kind of combining all of the different sets we have. So those armchairs there are from, oh my god, I've forgotten the name, Island Living, and then I've mixed it with the Seasons sofa. This kind of vibe, I always like to not have matchy sets, so I think in most of my builds I don't match the armchairs to the sofa in real life. Yep, probably that would be the same in real life. I don't like the whole matchy set thing. Like an accent chair. Don't underestimate the power of an accent chair. So that's the top tip for today, for this build. But yeah, I just loved combining everything in here. And this house, I kind of got it in my head from having this outdoor room here, that it was going to be a home cinema. I thought this could be someone that's involved in the movies. So I'm thinking not a movie star, but maybe like a producer of movies. It was in like movie production, directing, something like that. Something, a part of the crew, but the part of the crew that gets paid a lot. So because this house would probably cost you quite a bit. I think it's 280. I'm not too sure. I didn't look at the final price, but it is up on the gallery if you want to download this. My origin ID is hey_Harrie. So yeah, this is up there now. I am actually just put this in the back of your brain. I am actually now in the process of creating my website. So I've decided that I'm going to create a website that has all of my builds on it for download and showcases all of the screenshots and all that stuff. So at the moment I'm just trying to pick a like template that I want to use for the website, and then I can get that up and running. So that'll be something to look forward to. I think if I do that, I have slightly more control than Tumblr. My stuff is still going to be on Tumblr. But on Tumblr, I'll link back to the article on my website for you to download and all that. But yeah, I'm excited to start sharing my stuff and have it look really cool. I'm going to go back and get my CC free builds as well and put it on my website. So if some of you, I know some people have problems with the gallery and they're like, yeah, I'm going to have tray files. So all the tray files will be there. I'll just have to make sure I categorize everything. I'm going to have to find all of my screenshots, or I'll probably just take screenshots again of every build that I want to upload there. There's going to be the latest ones. I'm not going to do like my whole entire back catalogue. That is just a bit crazy. And I have no idea how many builds I've done now in The Sims 4. A lot more than The Sims 3, can I just add, because The Sims 3 was a whoosh. It took me a whole hot minute. Can I just say, recently I reinstalled The Sims 3 onto my computer, and it was an experience. I didn't do it to play. I actually just wanted to go into The Sims 3 to see what items I can convert from The Sims 3 into The Sims 4. So yeah, I did that, and wow, I've got to say, there is no going back to The Sims 3 for me. I've thought about it. I saw this like world made in The Sims 3 that was New York. It looked amazing, but I just can't go back to The Sims 3. It's just not for me, and just no. So I can't wait also for The Sims 5. I've got to laugh though, because the amount of like fake Sims 5 announcement trailers there are on YouTube, like everyone is just like clickbait with the Sims 5 trailers. You will not find that from me, thank you very much. But yeah, I'm excited for The Sims 5. I would still think I want the same kind of style that they have in The Sims 4. I don't think I even need anything to be that more realistic. I think kind of since The Sims 4 has come out, they have added in a bit more realism. When I say realism, I just think they've added more detail to their textures. Like the base game textures are pretty basic. But you know, as the island living ones, we've got more complex textures. It doesn't mean they're in a different style, but they're just more detail to them. So I kind of like that. But yeah, I'm excited for The Sims 5. I personally think The Sims 5 will be out in like 2 years' time. That's my prediction. Fingers crossed. Oh my god, can you imagine if I went to Sims Camp and it was Sims 5? Oh, I think I might. Yeah, I think I would actually. Yep, I think I might die at that opportunity. yeah, I'd just be gone, just totally gone. I must say, like, thinking the other day about EA Play and how much a fun time I had there, and being able to go to events in the future is definitely something that I would love to be able to do. Can I just say that EA Play was absolutely amazing. I don't think I did actually record some footage when I was out there, but I didn't do a full-on vlog. I had all the equipment to do a vlog, but you know what? It just took away from the moment of being there in LA and at EA Play and meeting all new people. It was like, no. So I have some footage that I've never shown you guys, but EA Play was so fun. It was like so fun meeting everyone. I kind of went out there not really having spoken to that many people, at least like for a long period of time. Of course I knew them, but I hadn't really spoken to them that much. So it was the best time ever. So what can I say? Anyway, back to this build. We've actually gone into the interior. This house has, hold on, let me count it. Well, you have kind of 3 family bedrooms. So there's the master bedroom, well, master suite, let's call it. It has a walk-in wardrobe and an ensuite. Then we have 2 kids' bedrooms. One's blue and one's pink. So, you know, genders, stereotypes and all that. You can feel free to complain about them here. They both have en-suites as well. But also downstairs, I did a guest bedroom that is kind of like self-contained. So it goes from the seating area outside. There's a door there that you can go into the guest bedroom, and it has a walk-in closet and a ensuite bedroom. And there's also a butler's bedroom and / unit, because there is a side entrance exclusively meant to be for the butler. You go, it has just a single bed in there with, I don't know, a sofa and a TV or something, so you can make sure that the butler kind of, you know, isn't mingling with the family. They have their own bedroom, little suite thing, and bathroom. So I definitely didn't keep that footage in because that was just a very basic single bedroom. I cut that out. I cut all the bathrooms apart from this master bathroom, but yeah, it's all turned out kind of cool. I'm living for the green wall that I put there in the kind of piano family music room thing. I am obsessed with the whole vertical garden concept. When I first kind of discovered it on Pinterest, I made a board with like a whole truckload of pins based on it, and I've always been meaning to do a build that kind of showcases that, and that's the whole main theme of it, and I still haven't. They've kind of always been added in unplanned, which this one was as well. I was just thinking, what can I do on this giant wall? And I was like, green, let me put green here. I like them. I don't think they affect gameplay. I think those things normally disappear because I have them on the outside as well. Yeah, they must do. Yeah, now we're moving on to the master bathroom. All of the bathrooms kind of have a similar style. I've used, I think that is that from the fitness pack, those walls? Or I think they might be from Get Famous. I think they Get Famous. There's very similar ones from fitness pack. Yeah, they're really similar from Fitness Pack, but these ones are from Get Famous, I think. And yeah, all the bathrooms are done in a similar style. We just mixed together the whole modern and the rustic style. So basically, think the whole aesthetic of the Seasons expansion pack, and that's what we went with in this house. As I said, it was kind of similar to the Peacemaker build that I did. What was it? What did I call it? Villa Verde, that's the one. It's kind of similar to that, but this is completely CC free. I know, I'm shooketh. I did put a poll, by the way, up on my community tab. I think it's pretty clear cut what the result is. I wanted to start a let's build I've been meaning to do one for ages and ages and ages. I did have an idea in my mind, but I wanted to kind of confirm with you guys what you wanted to see, and I think at the moment it's like 57 or 58% of what you wanted to see CC free Let's Build, which I'm kind of shooketh, considering I am the queen of CC. Well, that's my self-appointed title, and you wanted to see CC free. I did have a build with lots of CC in mind, so you kind of with the plan. But you know, I think I'm going to alternate. The first Let's Build will be CC free, and then after that we're just going to roll that CC out there. We'll kind of mix it up and keep it going. I wanted to do it as like a tutorial series, but I think that's just, I don't know, it's a bit too much planning for my brain, to be quite honest. I'd just rather kind of give you tips and tricks as we go along, kind of it just a bit more chilled. I think with a tutorial like series, I kind of would always want to plan and make sure I hit certain points, and made sure I covered everything. But I think if I do it as a Let's Build, it'll be a lot more relaxed and you'll kind of slightly more entertaining. I love to do face cam with it. I'm so enjoying Devon Bumpkin's Let's Build series as well, and I'm just like, oh, it's so fun to watch them. So I'm like, it kind of have given me a push to start doing mine. I would love to do face cam with it as well, considering I have all the equipment for streaming and I don't stream anymore. So I think maybe one part of a Let's Build per week, because if I have to do face cam, that means I've got to put makeup on, it means I've actually got to look good, you know, make an effort, that thing. And you know, I couldn't do it several days a week. That would be too much. Don't you know I work from home? I have to make zero effort whatsoever. And I can't bring myself to do the whole no makeup with face cam thing. So also I'd have to make sure that like my top half was like looked all right as well. Like I kind of dressed appropriately. As opposed to like the normal scruff bag look that I have on a regular basis. Like I've got like my silk head scarf on, I've got like joggers and a t-shirt that I wouldn't be seen dead in out on the street. And yeah, that was me just looking down at what the hell am I wearing. But yeah, so hopefully face cam. That was a very long-winded way of saying I want to add face cam in. The reason why there'd probably only be one part a week, but yeah, sometimes I just ramble. I think I'm a little bit out of practice on the voiceovers for this one, but by the next build hopefully we'll be back up to speed. Yeah, the last video I had on the channel was Paris Gardens, and that was the exterior, so I still have to do the interior. Sorry, I haven't got there yet. You know what it's like with old builds that you start and you don't finish. Moral of the story, do not start a new build without finishing the past ones. I have so many unfinished builds, you have no idea. I wanted to do, like, before I had this idea of doing an Anno series, I was kind of a little bit obsessed with Anno 1800 when it came out. I haven't played it in a while, by the way. And I made like the villagers house, and I did it with Plum Bob Tea Society CC, and I just never did the interior, so that's sitting there unfinished waiting. I have that Paris Gardens sitting there unfinished waiting, and I'm sure there's one other build as well, but at least I managed to finish this one, you know. It's a good move. Next I have a collab that I'm going to be working on. I won't announce anything yet, but it's a huge build, and it's going to take me a while. So I'm doing the exterior, so hopefully I can get it done in a couple sittings, but that will be good because I can't unfinish it, you know, not like these. Exterior is my full remit. It is of a building that I went to go and visit, like, when did I go and visit it? Last weekend? I think I did. Weekend before? Yeah, not last weekend, weekend before I went to go and visit it. It's like 40 miles away from me. I drove, and it's a colossal build. It's absolutely bloody awesome, can I just say. And I can't wait to recreate it in The Sims. I've seen a couple people recreate it before. One notably was Freezer Bunny, and it was CC free, and I think that was one of the first builds of his I ever watched. I'm still not saying what it is. If you know what the build is, then you know what it is, but I'm not going to say it until I'm ready. I was way impressed with his build, and I think that was one of the first builds of his I watched? I think I binge watched. Like, I was kind of a bit late to the party on Freezer Bunny, and I kind of binge watched his videos. So hey Leo, welcome. I still need to do a collab with Leo. Oh god. Yep, that's another thing. Way too many collabs to be done and little time for them to be done in. I'm just awful. I'm really, really, really excited to like collab with people, and then I just never have the time because I don't really have the time to do builds most of the time. It's like I have this idea in my head that I'm going to I'm going to be really super productive, and I'm going to be like, yes, I'm going to build each weekly build within a 2-day period, and then the rest of the time I'm going to spend making CC, and then does it ever happen? No. You know, no, it never happens. So we're just gonna embrace the it never happens kind of lifetime. But like when I'm feeling productive, I get lots done. So it's just a kind of case of knowing when I'm super productive and making sure I get loads done, so that when I'm feeling super lazy, it's okay and it doesn't matter. So you guys can still have builds. Fingers crossed, I'm not gonna go for another like build inspiration slump. I'm trying to find something to do for the Let's build, and I must have spent all my spare time today looking for a build, and nothing has kind of triggered and lit my imagination. So I'm not too sure. Let me know if you do have any suggestions. Let me know. I still haven't found something that like a firm exact idea. I'm kind of torn between doing something that is British AF for the Let's build and just doing, I don't know, I kind of thinking maybe farmhouse, but like a modern farmhouse that I can kind of use all of the new unlocked plants on and things like that, but I don't know. So if you liked any of those two ideas, something British AF, I'm thinking, what I was thinking the British wise is a muse. I recently went to Portobello Road, and I went and I saw the house that is in Love Actually. You know when he says, "To me you are perfect," and he has the cards outside the house, Keira Knightley, that scene. Yeah, I went and saw that house, and that is in a muse, and that kind of has me slightly inspired / triggered. But anyway, we are coming to the very end of this. This is the guest bedroom, by the way. I have not spoken about the build for ages. You saw the bedrooms. This is the guest bedroom, self-contained. They have a little yoga thing. But anyway, screenshots. Thank you so much for watching. I promise not to be gone for as long as this time, and I will see you all very, very soon. Bye, guys.